right, welcome everyone that's here on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to do a little weather segment for you, get you the latest information on our pending winter storm. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty dangerous situation. And of course, it's a bad week for this because we got a lot of traveling to do. People are out and about tonight, but there's not too many problems. We had some light snow around the metro. Most of it's moving out of the metro, but we'll take a look at that in a second. You notice the roads are wet right now, so I'm a little concerned that maybe as we get into tomorrow, there could be some refreezing. Here's the latest on road conditions, and you can see the metro is still in the green here, but up into the Ames area, there is definitely some partially covered roadways, and it's probably a little bit icy in some areas because temperatures are flirting with 32 or just below 32, and it's going to get colder. There's actually a cold front coming in from the west, so I'm worried a little bit about flash freezing going on. So if those temperatures drop pretty quickly, we could have some icy roads tomorrow morning. So this is Tuesday. I'll give us a risk of 1 there. So just be careful late tonight and tomorrow. It's going to be a cold, sunny day, so that'll help. But watch out early in the morning. Now we go into Wednesday. We've got snow moving in. It's mostly going to be in the afternoon, and that's western Iowa. Probably for the metro, it's more like evening, mostly in the evening on Wednesday, and it will be increasing. Thursday, I've never put this on there, and I'm putting a 5 on there. It's between a 4 and a 5. Our scale only goes to a 5. 5 is considered dangerous. And I think it is kind of a dangerous setup here because of the 3 factors that we're dealing with. We got the snow, we've got the wind, and we've got the brutally cold temperatures all coming in Thursday into Friday. So that's what we're dealing with. So let's break it down. This is the entire area that's under a winter storm watch. And the way it works is the National Weather Service offices all over the Midwest, they kind of coordinate with each other, and they issue a winter storm watch for whatever area they think is going to be impacted the most. And this is likely going to be upgraded to a blizzard warning for a lot of areas, including probably central Iowa. And then there'll be some winter storm warnings, and there'll be some winter weather advisories. But this is kind of the generic kind of get ready for a big storm kind of sending out the message, so like a bugle horn, basically letting people know. So we have really, really large implications for travelers out there. And of course, we're kind of angled here. Coming in from the west, the storm's coming in through the Rockies and coming into the plains. You can see right here, northwest Iowa, already seeing snow and some problems probably by Wednesday late in the day. So if we put this into motion, it's going to be Iowa. Those areas you saw in that winter storm watch are going to be impacted greatly. Then it continues to move it into the Great Lakes. Eventually it moves into the Northeast. I don't think there'll be a lot of problems if you're heading to those airports on the East Coast. There'll be delays, but probably no cancellations. It's mostly rain and snow. No big deal. The worst of it, though, is back here because we've got the cold Arctic air moving in. Speaking of which, you can see the snow right now. It's mostly moved out to eastern Iowa, so we're just about done with the snow here in central Iowa. The clouds will actually break up later tonight, and then it gets cold, and that's why we can see that flash freezing. Still some light snow in Oskaloosa down into Centerville, Marshalltown, and probably a few flurries in the metro, but it doesn't look too bad out there. Here's a live look at SkyTracker 5, and there's still a little bit of snow out there, maybe a little bit of fog. We've got a temperature of 30 degrees. You notice the wind is still southerly, but not for long. It will be changing, and we will start to see colder air moving in behind this front. So here are the numbers right now, and you can see it is cold out here. 14, 19 in Carroll, 15 in Spencer. That's the cold, the Arctic front, which is just west of the metro, and temperatures will be falling. So that's why I'm worried about that flash freeze. For your highs tomorrow, well, we're going to be in the teens, probably low to mid-teens here in central Iowa, and that's with the sun shining, so it's going to be hard to warm up. Wednesday, it doesn't warm up much in northern Iowa. We get some warming in southern Iowa. Southeast winds trying to bring in some warm air, but it's not going to happen. Here comes the really cold air on Thursday. Temperatures will actually be falling during the day, so 4 degrees is in the morning, and then by the afternoon we are sub-zero like the rest of northwest Iowa. Now talk about morning lows. Speaking of sub-zero, looks like the coldest air of the season's on the way just before Christmas. So Friday morning 11 below, Saturday morning, which is Christmas Eve, we're forecasting right now 9 below. So it's going to be a couple of cold mornings. Right into Christmas Day, it looks very, very cold. Now let's talk about wind chills. This is a whole nother animal because that wind is so strong. We're going to have a southeast wind. This is a Wednesday night, 7 p.m. So we've got the southeast wind here, and you can see how it cranks up and becomes a northwest wind. So we're going to see these wind chill values dropping as we go through the day on Thursday. So Thursday, that's when we really start to feel those wind chills getting close to 40 below. So likely to see wind chills in the 30 below range Thursday night all the way through Friday. It doesn't change much. I mean, it's going to be bitterly and dangerously cold on Friday. Here's our setup right now. The first Arctic front, there's actually two of them. This is the first one coming through. You can see how cold it is in back to the northwest there, 11 below in Bismarck. But there's more cold air beyond this, back up in this area. Up in Canada, there's another batch of cold Arctic air that'll be brought down. So this is kind of a 1-2 punch really with the cold air. There's our system moving on out. And you can see that front moving on through, and the winds will be switching, the cold air will be coming in. Our next system is back here, and it's actually like a torpedo of energy basically, and it's going to form a large storm system in the Midwest as it comes on out. So it's going to be quite a player indeed. So we got snow showers moving east tonight. It'll be clearing out by tomorrow morning. Cold, sunny, and watch out for that refreeze on some of those roads. A few clouds coming in the afternoon, but generally it's just going to be cold and dry tomorrow. It looks dry at least on Wednesday morning. Here comes the snow developing in the afternoon and evening, and it really fills in here. This is pretty heavy snow, in fact, and that is Wednesday afternoon in western Iowa. So by 2 o'clock, we may be still dry in the metro, but right after that, it starts to fill in. And this is the first wave of snow at 7 p.m. or so. It looks like 7 p.m. So we're going to see that moving on through. Then the next wave moves through, and this will be coming in Thursday morning, 6, 7 in the morning, probably last up until noon. So we'll have several hours of some heavy snow. Now, if this moves out quickly or quicker than we think, maybe we don't get as much as we think. But right now, we're expecting it to snow at least through the morning hours, and that's why we've got 1 inch, pretty much a certainty, 3 inches, pretty much a certainty. A really good chance, in some areas at least, we'll get 6 inches or more. I think that's a pretty good certainty. Then you get past 9 inches or 12 inches, probably less likely, depending on how quickly the snow moves out, obviously. So my forecast is looking like this. We could see anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. It might favor northern Iowa with that heaviest snow, but we generally could see 6 to 10 through central Iowa. Tonight, snow showers out there. There'll be less than 1 inch of snow for us. Cold and dry with just a few clouds tomorrow. Looking at sunshine, but it's going to be a cold day. A good day to prepare for what is coming. And we've got some cold weather, and really I expect blizzard conditions during the day on Thursday. Even if we only get 3 or 4 inches of snow, which is a possibility that we only get 3 or 4 inches, but even if that happens, we're still going to have blizzard conditions with really bad driving problems Thursday into Friday. The wind will let up a little bit this weekend, and by Sunday, by Christmas Day, the wind should be actually fairly calm, so that's good news for travelers, plus the sun will be shining. However, when it gets this cold, sometimes the salt doesn't work that well on the roads. So that's another concern because of such cold temperatures. It does get a little bit better next week. We're looking at temperatures finally warming back up, maybe above freezing by later on next week. So that's been our update here at Local 5. We're going to be on top of the storm from beginning to end, and we will keep you updated in every way we can. You can download our app, which is a great app, and it has all the information you need there. You can watch us, of course, in our newscast, and we will keep you up to date. So stay with Local 5, and thanks for watching.